afternoon to you. It's gone 12 o'clock now. It's Tuesday. It's Meridian Motoring. You know what to do. Go on Facebook and see all the pictures. We had certainly one of the most exciting shows we've had ever since we started this Meridian Motoring on 107 Meridian FM. Today we're going to have a look at the world of small things, the world of kit cars, how to build them, how to race them, how to get one. What's it all about, Alfie? My special guest today, Neil Ashcroft. He doesn't know as much as me about radio, but he knows everything about kit cars. Also, my special guest today on the show, Peter Sonneveld, was here last week. We talked about double-deckers.
Meridian Motor and Guests. In the headlights.
Well, there you go. It's 23 minutes past the hour of 12 o'clock. My special guest is here today. Neil, good afternoon to you.
Graham, hi, thanks for having me.
So you're not a local guy, are you? I can tell that straight away. You live in Kent, don't you? But where's your roots from?
Durham, originally.
Is that where the Pink Panther comes from?
Yeah, that's the one.
Tell us then, you're a long life petrol head, racing driver, part of the Southern Kit Car Club. You've got vast experience behind the wheel of the machines. You know how to build them, how to drive them, how to race them. Tell me, what got you into this? Why not just buy an ordinary car?
Oh, makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, I hope you do, because I certainly haven't got a clue.
No. So what got me into them, I was too old and fat to race cars anymore, so I thought I'd build one and get into the scene, and it's the closest you can get to a race car in terms of a road car and the visceral experience of it without, getting on a racetrack.
I mean, most people who are not familiar with kit cars, we're talking of a similar. Are we talking to a similar thing as a Caterham 7? I mean, what about an Atom? I mean, these are all.
Yeah.
I class a kit car as something you've built, and you've put an engine in it that's come from somewhere else. I mean,
yeah, that's fair. I think we have to start by saying, without alienating half the country of 7 derivative cars, we better not call a Caterham a kit car, because most of them get quite upset.
Yes.
So apologies for that, Caterham owners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charged there, really, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'll set them up.
What I'm trying to paint as a perspective of a kit car is it's like that sort of car, isn't it? It's the open top with the wheels on each corner, literally, and you're right down low like a go-kart.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I mean, there's lots of different kit cars around. The Lotus 7 replica is by far the most popular and common.
Right.
More and more cars now are getting more exotic. As materials improve and things like that, but yes, the reality is that 7s are the most common. Rear wheel drive, no aids to drive them, just like a go-kart. It feels just like that, especially if you don't have a windscreen or anything like that in them.
Neil, I have with me here behind he's my kind of co-pilot this week, Peter. He was with us on the show last week. So, hello, Peter.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Hi, Peter.
Peter Sonneveld, you are the local guy we had as the main show last week, where we talked about your wonderful experiences and history of converting that. What was a green double-decker bus, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the 70s, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, we've got the pictures there last week on our Meridian Motoring Facebook page of it leaving, was it Godstone Bus Garage?
Godstone, and then did routes to Forest Row and West Croydon in green in the 70s.
Yeah, and of course you converted it, spent loads of time on it in a way that it can also be converted all the way back again if you needed to resell it to somebody in China.
That's it. That's just to keep the truists and the boffins at ease. But I have great sympathy and respect for the man sitting opposite us, because I think he knows a thing or two about building things.
Yeah.
It's never as easy as it sounds.
No, I mean, what I would say, listeners, is if you haven't already had a look at our Meridian Motoring Facebook page to see all the things we're actually talking about on the show today, we also put some video links on there as well to some YouTube videos. And if you don't get a chance to play one, obviously, during the show today, do have a look at one later on tonight. In particular, there's a really, really good one on there Neil put together, all about his... well, you tell us about it, Neil. It's about your latest vehicle, your I guess it's your love, isn't it? And how you put it together.
Yeah,
it's a cracking video. It really is.
Oh, thanks.
Congratulations.
It's I decided when I built the car, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and cups of tea, and swearing, and but I decided I'd take out all of that noise and just put a review of how I built the car and how it fits into the lifestyle, really, because the lifestyle is very mixed for different people. It's different things for different people. So the video really is just a review of what I use the car for, where I've been with it, links to the club and the company that I bought the car from. So yeah, it's just to help people really who have got a dream of it or wonder what it's about, or just stumble across it on the videos on YouTube.
I think one thing that I gained from watching the video and looking at the pictures that we put on the Meridian Motoring Facebook page is that I assumed that people that have these kind of kit cars, they're only a weekend toy, a bit like somebody who only goes out on their motorbike and the sun's out. But you use yours all year round, don't you? You didn't bring it today, though, I noticed.
Yeah, but just looking out the window, it started to snow, so that was probably a good move. I tend to use it all year round. It's certainly road legal all year round. I'm not the norm, by definition. There's a few of us in the Southern Kit Car Club that you mentioned who drive all year round. But that's not all for all people. A lot of people do just pull them out of the garage, polish them, sunny Sundays. I prefer to go places with it. I've seen much more of the UK, Europe and Scandinavia than I ever would have seen if I hadn't built it.
We'll talk more about Southern Kit Car later on,
yep.
But certainly I think also what surprised me was that as a club it looks as though you're not into going to shows and standing there all day showing your polished wheels.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Only because you can get a bus in there. But you actually you just drive the cars, don't you? You live to drive them. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, quite a few of us have quite stressful jobs. And to be honest, when we get home at night, there's nothing better than getting in the car for half an hour and blowing the cobwebs away.
Yeah, and I noticed on your YouTube video that you do wear a crash helmet in it all the time. I mean, you've got a roll cage as well, haven't you?
Do have a roll cage.
Is that to keep your hair, to keep your head nice
yeah,
and warm?
Yes, obviously with my flowing locks it helps.
I didn't want to say anything, did you, Peter? I didn't want to say
Never, not in a million years.
No, never in a hairdresser's car. No.
I don't always wear a crash helmet. I do if I'm doing a lot of motorway miles or if the weather's bad, mostly because I don't have a windscreen. So it's a great way to get exfoliated if you don't wear a crash helmet.
Yeah,
so
I suppose the other thing as well is you get a mouthful of bumblebees, wouldn't you, as well?
yeah, if you're lucky, never going faster than the speed limit, obviously.
I've been hit by a big bumblebee at 70 miles an hour on a motorway on a motorbike before now, and it's like being shot.
Yeah, it is.
It is. It's really painful. You wouldn't know that because the bus doesn't go that fast, does it?
It certainly does not. Well, mine doesn't anyway.
No, it doesn't. Right, well, Neil, thanks very much indeed for coming on the show today. I'm not saying that's the end of it. Don't panic. Don't go. No, it's 12:30. We're going to get on and play another tune. Over the next couple of hours or so, we've got quite a lot of questions to ask you, if you don't mind. And certainly when we come back, I'd love to ask you, how do you go about getting involved in actually finding and building one of these vehicles? And, where does it all start? And where do you get the gear from? So thanks for coming on the show. Yeah, it's really exciting. And thank you as well, Peter.
Cheers, mate. So, I have a question for you. Coming from a guy who's just a normal guy, not a mechanic. And I'm going to ask you, can anybody build a kit car?
The obvious answer is yes, I guess. The only reason I pause is that some things will trick you and you might need help on them. Electrics are the common one. People fear electricity. And in a car, that's one of the biggest things that stall people. But in general terms, kits are so well developed now in terms of the manufacturers that build them that anybody can. and seek help where you need it. That would be the advice I would take. But yeah, don't be put off by the fact that you don't have an engineering degree or anything like that.
Okay. And the other question I have is, how much does it cost? I mean, of course, that's a very broad spectrum.
Yeah, it is. And it really depends whether your wife's listening to the conversation or not.
Well, if she is, she won't be your wife much longer.
It does really depend. You can build one very cheaply. £3,000-4,000 I've seen them built for. Not sure I'd want to drive it very far, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
You also have to take into account the cost of putting it through its inspection. So the IVA inspection, that's going to cost the best part of £500 just for the test.
You'll probably have to explain what that is.
I'll explain that if you like at some point. But to build it, you can. The manufacturers will give you a good idea of what a decent car would cost to build from their kit point of view. Mine, when I first put it on the road, mine cost about £4,000, and that's the real number, wife, if you're listening.
Don't worry, we can edit it all out, don't we?
Yes. But then you never actually finish because you then get upgrade-itis and keep developing the car to what you want it to do.
Right.
But £4,000 put mine on the road for me initially in 2010.
Right, I see. And so I've attempted to do projects in the past, and my one particular project, which is still ongoing 6 years in, seems like it's never going to end. Have you been in a situation like that when you've taken on something that's perhaps too big? This is such a common thing, surely.
It's vastly common.
Don't call him Shirley.
I was so wanted to say that.
We'll edit it out. You can do it.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah, the traditional statistic is that 70% of the kit cars bought never actually get to see the road.
That is astounding.
Yeah,
70%.
And it's just purely because life takes over. So it's a toy. And I'll say this generally, but it's a man toy. You've got sort of work and life and family, and you get to stick it in the garage because that's your dream of being a racing driver, petrol head, whatever you do. But it's involved. It takes time. I'm reasonably comfortable in building things like that, and it still took me the best part of a year to build mine at weekends and evenings when I had time. But that's a relatively short build in real terms.
You started with go-karts as well, didn't you? Did you do the 24-hour Le Mans go-kart rally or something?
I did the 24-hour Le Mans go-kart race in a two-stroke go-kart. Yeah, that's my claim to fame.
All right. So is that what got you into wanting to be close to the ground with no bumpers and windscreen?
Yeah, I guess, if I'm being honest.
Because it does seem as though it's a logical step up from go-karting, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never thought of it like that before, if I'm honest. But it's a very similar experience.
We're very clever on this show, aren't we?
Yeah.
You didn't even realise it was going to be like this, did you?
I'm glad I came. We need a chaise long and I can do a whole therapy piece. That'd be great.
Yeah, we could do, yeah. So go-karting really is where it all started, and then you went from that into where you are now. No regrets?
Well, I'm too old and fat to race go-karts anymore, so no regrets in terms of the car, absolutely not.
I mean, you're a very laid-back guy about it. As I said, I really do like some of the YouTube videos, especially the one about your own vehicle and its development over the course of time. You just didn't seem to want to stop with it, did you? You sort of kept changing it and...
No, you don't. I mentioned before, you get upgrade-itis, and you end up.
Obviously, there's no money involved in that. If the wife's listening,
there's absolutely no money involved.
No money involved whatsoever.
No, it's just love and passion and time, darling.
So we reckon then on a price range to do a decent job from start, buying the kit. So somebody's sort of phone in and we're not answering it. To do a decent job from start. This is wife, yeah. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah. Papers are in the post.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, the door's locked, the cat's in the car.
That's a nervous laugh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, cancelled your road tax with a DVLA. So as a parameter then, before we play another song, price range then. I mean, if somebody wanted to get into kit cars and do a decent job, nothing too fancy, but something that's good enough to take out at the weekend, take to a few meetings, what's the price range?
If you want to build it from scratch, then £10,000 to £15,000 if you buy new components and do it good, solid job with a car that'll last you for.
And that's the
as long
whole
as you
car.
want.
That's engine, everything.
Yeah, absolutely. My car has something called a crate engine. It's from Ford. Ford built a whole load of engines for a production car run back in the late 90s.
Yeah.
And then changed their mind and went to a different kind of engine. So they flooded the aftermarket with these crate engines, brand new engines, never been run in a crate.
It looks like a Z-Tech engine on the YouTube video.
See, I was trying not to be techie. You're such a geek.
Just call me Raincoat Man, it's a fine.
Or something like that, yeah.
I'd rather you don't call me something else, but
I'll try not to.
It would be tempting, I'm sure.
Yeah, so mine carries a 2-litre Z-Tech. And that's a crate engine. So that engine cost me £700 brand new.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah.
That's a good engine too.
Yeah,
it's a great engine.
It
develops,
bulletproof engine as well.
It is,
which is what you need. And it's not heavy, is it? And which is another thing you're really trying to do with your vehicles, aren't you? You're trying to keep them as light as possible.
Yeah. So when I'm not sat in mine's less than 600 kilos.
Wow.
Fully laden.
I mean, obviously, a man of my size, I would probably be able to get even faster, wouldn't I?
You would even be faster.
So fast.
Graham.
So fast.
Amazingly fast, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So what's 0 to 60 on one of those cars? I mean, it must feel devastatingly fast being that close to the ground, like a go-kart, but they are actually devastatingtingly fast, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're blisteringly fast up to the speed limit.
Yes, obviously. And then
obviously.
And then we just slow down. Yeah. And then you go into fifth gear.
Yeah. You get into pub talk about horsepower per turn and all that kind of stuff, and it's always great in the pub on a Friday night. But realistically, you're in the 5 second plus or minus mark, depending on what car and what's in it, because it's so light.
Yeah.
My car's 175 horsepower, but it's pulling less than 600 kilos, so it's quick.
So 0 to 60, then are we talking what, 4 seconds? 5?
Yeah, around that mark.
Around that mark. I was going to say that, about 4 or 5 seconds, 0 to 60. It's got to be.
Yeah,
It's the same as my Fiat 500.
Yeah, right.
Moving on.
Going up to 12.55.
This week's Deals on Wheels.
Okay, so if you've been looking on our Facebook page, Meridian Motoring, you'll know all about the show today, what we're going to be doing. You can also take part in Neil's little guest competition that we're going to do in the second hour of the show. You're probably aware that every guest that comes on here has the chance to win one of our wonderful Meridian FM rear window stickers for their car. Have you got a rear window sticker, Neil? Sorry, just turn you back on there. Sorry, have you got you haven't got a front window? So what about the rear one?
No, don't have either of those.
So there's no real need for you in winning a rear window sticker, is there?
Probably just as well, I guess.
Okay, well,
it's a competition.
We'll have a chat about it in the second hour. All you've got to do is 3 small competitions between then and the end of the show.
Meridian Motoring with Graham Roche Mochuel on 107 Meridian FM.
Now, before we get on and play you another tune, it's only fair that I now give my special guest in the studio a chance to see what he's up against as far as today's competitions. Obviously, the problem we've got here is that he needs to do this to win some kind of rear window sticker for his vehicle, but we've already ascertained he doesn't actually have a rear window, so it could be a problem. So now, you can't have any help with this, I'm afraid. You're going to need to do our official road sign test at some point. Do you want to say to lean on? Here we go. We've got everything here. There you go. So.
Technology.
So well prepared.
You know, being a man who's obviously very close to the ground, I'm sure you see a lot of road signs close up. So you should be pretty good at them.
That's heightest.
That's so we'll give you that to play around with, and we'll give you the answers to that a bit later on. The other thing we're going to be doing as well is we have our little Cars of the 80s pictures where you just got to see if you can guess whether what the vehicle is. That's something we do every week as well. And our third challenge for you is
Oh, this is going to be good. I can smell it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
It's a xylophone.
Hey!
How old am I?
Oh, see, and it
Xylophone.
yeah,
That's it.
So somewhere between now and the end of the show, you need to come up with some kind of tune
Oh dear.
to play. What did you play last week?
I played the classic Playground Tees in minor last week.
Yeah, so I mean, we
I was
will
gonna
accept.
do that as well.
We will accept.
Sure you were.
We will accept 3 blind mice, anything like that you can come up with.
I might play a song for him
Chopsticks.
if I can bargain for that window sticker, because I have loads of windows.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't tell Graham.
Sounds like you're both weasels.
Right then, Neil. I'd like to get back to your kit cars. Very, very interesting. My next question is that some people out there might think that kit car owners are of a certain kind. Please correct me.
Not sure I can.
a bit like bus spotters.
Hey, come on now.
Cheese and pickle sandwich brigade and raincoats. That's all you need.
And beards.
Yeah. Well, he's got the beard.
Yeah.
In fact,
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome, mate.
Bye, Neil. Done a stylophone challenge. You can't go.
Is it true? You know, is there a stereotype? Do you get? What kind of people go for this?
So there is a thought process that kit car owners are just people who can't afford a classic car to restore.
Right.
And not to cast aspersions on classic car owners.
Yeah, you better be careful here.
Yeah. or commercial vehicle owners of the classic type. They tend to be older.
Right.
Partly because they've got a disposable income.
Yeah.
That accounts for the facial hair because we're too dothery to shave.
That's right.
And they like to eat sandwiches because they've got nothing better to do with their time because they're retired.
It's painting a very interesting picture.
You really are.
Yeah, so I resemble that remark
I think
in every respect.
You've just upset an awful lot of people.
Yeah, I have to apologise. I'm just painting the stereotype.
Well, the only reason why I ask is because I've been into classic cars since from a very young age.
Yeah.
And
you resemble all of that.
And thank you very much. And I've always been the outsider. I've always been stood in a car park with older gents talking about gearboxes.
Yeah. It's true. I think, if you look at the modern car scene with the 17-year-olds, it's all Corsas and Novas. And
I'm not going to comment on it.
Don't comment on that because
we won't go there.
Stereotypical.
Yeah.
So it tends to be people with a disposable income. So they're all
right.
So they're more mature and more sensible. And looking around this room, we resemble that remark completely.
And are they pretty friendly to newcomers? Let's say a younger person wanted to get into building kit cars and they wanted to join these clubs and stuff. Is it quite a chilled out scene?
My experience is extremely friendly. Right. So I'm a member of a club, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
And the Southern Kit Car Club that I'm a member of, we've got a couple of hundred active members.
What's the club called?
Southern Kit Cars.
Right, cool.
Or SKCC.
Right.
So we have a couple of hundred active members, good website forum. We're all like-minded individuals. We don't all look the same, thank goodness for that. And we have a huge age range. Our demographics quite broad.
Okay, excellent.
And we go off on trips together.
Yeah.
Part of the fun is that somebody has a problem, we'll all chip in and
it's good.
take the mickey out of it and then help them
out.
Yeah,
I've
of
witnessed
course.
this firsthand. It's very, very cool.
Absolutely. So, my experience is extremely friendly.
Cool.
We have a great time, and I see parts of Europe, Scandinavia, where we've taken the cars, UK, that we'd never have seen without that club help. And the banter makes for a great time.
Yeah, I bet it's brilliant. Right, so my next question is now. So I've spent some money, I've bought a kit car, I've managed to put it together. You were talking about a test earlier on. What do I do to get this car on the road with a number plate and legal and all that jazz?
Yep. Okay.
How do I go about it?
So the tests from VOSA, so the vehicle licensed people, and the independent vehicle approval test. It's a couple of hundred test examinations on it, so it's a huge book that you technically build the car to. Now, the manufacturers, by and large, build the kit or manufacture the kits with the test in mind.
Okay.
So you are supported in things are the right height, things are the right shape, no sharp edges, relevant dimensions, etc., and so on. So it is a Meccano kit if you get it from a manufacturer by definition. You have to be mindful of the test and understand it, and then you pay your £400. So it's a thick end of £500.
Okay.
You take it to the Vosa station, and they inspect your car. You take lots of photographs while you're building it.
Okay.
And once you've got that certificate, that MAC certificate in your hand that says you've passed the test, you then DVLA the car's inspected for age. So if you can have 3 types of number plate on a car.
Right.
So you can have a brand new registration if you use all new components.
Yep.
You can have an age-related plate if you use a donor vehicle or donor components that you can verify the age of.
Yeah.
Or if you can't do any of those things, you get a Q plate. And so a lot of people remember kit cars with a Q plate.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Yeah. There you go.
So you present it to the DVLA. They give you a license, registration, and a V5.
Right.
And that's it. You're on the road.
And then you're good to go. You're on the road.
Yeah.
Right, very, very interesting. Now, my next question is, because I've seen a photograph of your car, which, by the way, looks absolutely awesome. Don't tell me that there wasn't some bits on there that you went all out on and did yourself in your own particular way, which would steer away from the book, and then you'd end up perhaps in trouble in your test. Because I know what it's like in a build. You solve problems, and stuff never ends up coming out quite as you think it would. So did you have any trouble with that with your own car?
No, you have to realise that the IVA inspection is done huge amount. A lot of people bemoan it because it's quite expensive.
Right.
And all, yeah. But the safety and the quality of kit cars in the last 20 years has dramatically improved. And it's gone away from that unreliable breaking down at the side of the road sort of junkster kind of thing.
Yeah, we remember them well, yeah.
We do. And you know, VOSA and the IVA test has done a lot to aid that progress.
Okay.
You would build a car with safety in mind. You know, you're travelling around at some decent speeds.
Yeah, of course, never above the speed limit.
Never above the speed limit unless you're on a track, and in which case, you know, you compete with a lot of production cars on a track.
Yeah.
In a track day, for example.
Right.
So you wouldn't go away from the IVA model.
Right.
You can get things wrong.
Yeah.
And you know, as long as you buy component parts when you're building a car that are type approved, and you know, pretty much all are these days. You just got to be careful if you go to eBay.
Yeah, right.
But in reality, it's there to protect you, so you wouldn't want to go away from that model.
That's very sound advice. Did you hear that? Be careful of eBay.
Well, be wise of it, I was saying. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's get on and play another tune, and we've got more news coming up soon. Thanks, guys. Okay, so we kick off then with our last look at the news this week. I'm gonna start off here, ably assisted by my two wonderful co-producers here today. Got Neil with us here, Neil Ashcroft, and also Peter Sonneveld here. First of all, then, first story I'm going to go into. Did you read about the Mitsubishi scandal? Share prices have tumbled as Mitsubishi has been accused of mishandling its mile per gallon tests in Japan. The headquarters was raided by government officials over the last couple of days and files and information taken away. Apparently the figures affect over 625 million cars, and the US authorities have also asked for more information. Shares in Mitsubishi Motors have tumbled after the company announced mishandling fuel economy tests for the cars sold in Japan. Estimated the car manufacturer has lost 2.2 billion in value as a result of this. The car manufacturer improperly handled fuel economy tests for 4 of its mini cars sold in Japan by manipulating the running resistance placed on the tyres in order to improve fuel economy figures. Of the affected vehicles, 468,000 are Nissan models, while 157,000 are Mitsubishis. Mitsubishi was producing vehicles for its fellow Japanese manufacturer, and it was Nissan that uncovered the problem. Lance Bradley, managing director of Mitsubishi Motors in the UK, says Mitsubishi Motors Corporation has acted quickly and decisively. We understand that such issues are of great concern to consumers. I'd like to reassure everyone that there is no evidence to suggest that the UK or European models are affected. What do you think about that, Neil? Do you reckon that's true?
Well, whether they're affected or not.
Yes, I mean, obviously the UK quick to stand up and say, don't worry about it, it's not our problem, but it's got to be a knock-on effect.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'll be doing different things for different countries in that respect. Don't know for sure though, but you've got to be suspicious, I think.
Yeah. Right. What's your first story for us, Neil?
Right. I have to declare a conflict of interest in this story. So this weekend, a staggering 800 Ford cars will be at Bewley for the Simply Ford at Bewley event. It's on the 1st of May. On Sunday, I have a declaring interest because on Sunday will be at Stoneleigh Park for the biggest kit car show in the world. So I won't be at Bewley, unfortunately, but having said that, some of the traditional Fords right through their sort of key era will be there, and in their natural habitat, which will be some rallying as well as showing with some 38 clubs at the event. So actually, I think it'll actually be really good.
It should be
sounds good.
Be a good day out.
Bit of a Ford buff from before. So
the Oval Show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's good news. If tickets are available either on the gate, and that's £10 for adults and £5 for children. But you can also get tickets in advance either on the Bewley Events website or by ringing a telephone number 01590 612 888. So that's good news if you're a Ford enthusiast and you're around Bewley in the weekend.
Excellent. Peter?
Yes, next news story. My Car Check reveals vehicle makes most likely to have been written off, financed, stolen, and had warnings. This is huge news. I have an iPhone in my pocket, and that has that app on there. Every car that I buy, I check first. But this website and company have revealed that 46% of vehicles searched in 2015 had at least one warning against them. An estimated 3.3 million used cars sold in the UK last year had warnings against them. I personally, and they recommended here that you download this app and make use of it when you buy a second-hand car.
Sounds very, very good advice, that one. Good one for the show. Neil?
Shell. Yeah, you heard it right. Shell are actually unveiled a concept car on the 22nd of April, so just last week.
Oh.
Does anybody remember the Gordon Murray T25 city car?
No, but I know we got a picture of this new Shell concept car on our Meridian Motoring Facebook page.
So Gordon Murray built a car. Good advert, by the way. I missed that.
Did you just like the way I slipped that in?
Yeah. Sorry. Where would I be able to find
on
that?
our Meridian Motoring Facebook page, where all the other pictures are.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anyway, Shell have announced they did some work with Gordon Murray back in 2010 to develop this car, and it was a car that you could build anywhere in small factories popping up in cities to keep the costs down. So Shell have taken it a stage further. They've gone back to the drawing board and redesigned the car. They've actually come up with a car that, believe it or not, has a fuel consumption of 107 miles per gallon.
Oh, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah, let's hope Mitsubishi didn't do the tests for them.
Let's hope so. Or VW.
VW. Oh dear. So that's good news.
Excellent. Right, what's your last story? So, welcome back to our special guest of the show this week, Neil Ashcroft here from the world of kit cars. OK, look, we're going to get on with some of the guest competitions here. What do you got for us first, Peter?
All right, the first one is the road sign test. So, Neil, I'm going to put you on the spot here. I'm going to ask you for your answer, which you gave, and we will make noises accordingly, whether that was correct or not.
Remember, there's a rear window sticker at stake here, and also the public are aware of this competition because it's on our Meridian Motoring Facebook page, so they are probably going to be slightly advanced on this than you are yourself, but don't take that negatively. Okay, let's commence.
Now, I hope you don't do as badly as I did last week, and here we go. Question number 1 is a white symbol with a black line through it. What is the correct answer, A, B or C? A, no speed limit applies. B, national speed limit applies. C, any speed limit applies.
B, national speed limit applies.
That would be correct. Right, this is the one I was very scared about last week because it involves buses. It's a red circular sign with a white inner and a bus in it. What's the answer? A, no buses over 8 passenger seats. B, bus stop. C, coach station.
I'm going to go with A, no buses over 8 passenger seats.
That is correct. The next sign, a red triangle, white inner, and a snowflake in the middle. What is the correct answer? A, stained glass window ahead, surely. B, ancient monument, or C, risk of ice.
It was difficult, but I'm going to go with C, risk of ice.
I don't believe you've got it right. Number 4 is a red triangular sign with cars in a queue. What is the correct answer? Traffic queues likely ahead. A, B, on-street parking area. C, car park.
A, traffic queues likely ahead.
Good man. We're all too aware of traffic queues these days. Number 5, a red triangular sign with a car sort of on the edge of something and with one wheel in something else. What's the correct answer? A, pavement parking allowed. B, soft verges. C, no pavement parking.
I'm going to go with the soft verges, B.
You are correct. Number 6. This looks like a car with a roof on on fire. It's a red circular white inner car with something glowing on the roof. What's the correct answer? A, no emergency vehicles. B, fire service cars only. Or C, no vehicles carrying explosives.
Is this a real sign?
Yes,
This is what I asked.
You see these all over the place in Crawley.
Now watch it there, mister. What's the correct answer? A, B, or C?
C, no vehicles carrying explosives.
Now I got it wrong. You actually got this correct. Yeah.
He's on a roll.
Right, he's doing very well actually. Number 7, we have a blue sign with 30 written in it. And A, what is the correct answer? A, maximum weight. B, minimum speed. C, a maximum speed.
I'm going to go with B, minimum speed.
He is on a roll, that is correct. Number 8, we have a blue sign with a bike, a push bike, and a bus in it. What's the correct answer? A, buses and cycles only. B, tourist vehicles only. C, no cycling in the bus lane.
I'm going to go with A, buses and cycles only.
That's correct.
Oh, dear, no.
Number 9, we have a triangular red triangle, white inside with a deer inside it. What does it mean? A, deer crossing. B, wild animals. C, stag hunting ahead.
A, deer crossing?
I'm afraid that is incorrect. It's wild animals. That's a shame. You're doing so well.
He was on a roll.
Just like to say, I crossed B out.
And I've seen that.
That was my
That's great.
first answer. Well,
Dear,
Let's see if we can keep your good momentum going here.
Yeah.
Number 10, what's the correct answer? It's a triangular sign with a horse in it. A, wild animals. B, wild horses or ponies. C, stables ahead.
I'm going to go with B, wild horses and
You
ponies.
are correct, Neil. Good work. Number 11, a triangular sign with 2 people holding hands walking. What is the sign? A, school ahead. B, road safety training. C, pedestrians ahead.
C, pedestrians ahead.
I'm afraid that's incorrect.
Really?
It is school ahead. You knew it. Number 12, a blue sign split in the middle. On one side is a push bike, and on the other side is an adult and a child walking. What is the correct answer? A, segregated cycle and pedestrian route. B, pedestrians in the road ahead. C, road safety training area.
A, segregated cycle and
You
pedestrian.
are correct. Well done, Neil. Number 13, 8 is a triangular sign in red with one of those windsocks in it. What is the correct answer? A, airfield ahead. B, side winds. C, weather warning.
B, side winds.
He's done very well, that's correct. Number 14 is a yellow-rimmed green sign with a big white letter R in it. And what is the correct answer? A, route to follow. B, recommended route. C, ring road.
Purely a guess, I have to say. Route to follow.
I'm afraid that's incorrect.
I guess.
It is ring roads. Number 15. Now, I think you'll know what this one is. It's a black and white sign, square, and it has a camera in it. It's actually one of my favourite signs. Not. What is the correct answer? A, photo opportunity site. That's good, isn't it? B, area in which speed cameras are used to enforce traffic regulations. Or C, speed camera. Which one's correct?
B.
You are correct. It is B. Number 16, it is a blue square sign with a white line and a red sort of T-bar at the top. What does this sign mean? Letter A, no through road. B, toilet. C, T-junction.
A, no through road.
It's a pretty common one. Well done. That is correct. Number 17 is a sign of a large road with a bridge and a red line through it, which is blue and square. What's the correct meaning? A, airport runway ahead. B, end of motorway. C, motorway closed.
End of motorway.
Well
B.
done, B. That is correct. Number 18, a triangular sign with a push bike in it, red rimmed and white on the inside. What's the correct meaning of the sign? A, no cycling. B, be aware of cyclists. C, cycle route ahead.
Beware cyclists.
See, I got this one wrong too. It is actually cycle route ahead. I'm afraid you got that wrong, mate. Number 19 is a round sign with a red rim with a car and a caravan in it, focusing on the caravan. The correct answer is A, no-towed caravans, or B, camping caravan site, or C, route of caravans only. Which one is it going to be?
I'd have to be a guess. Caravans and all that.
They don't really work with kit cars very well, do they?
I've got a tow bar fitted. C. route for caravans only.
I'm afraid that's incorrect, and I also got that wrong. It is
dear.
A, no-towed caravans. Now,
I got that
last
wrong
sign, the last one of our competition is number 20, and it is a blue sign with 2 arrows pointing in different directions downwards. What does it mean? Is it A, both sides ahead, B, pass either side, or C, ahead only?
B, pass either side.
You are correct.
Go on.
Well done, sir. I think you did quite good.
I don't think he did bad there. I think it was probably about 17 or was it 18?
Something along those lines.
Get this dog out of there. Get that dog out of there. Get that dog.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So very good. Well done, Neil. That's very good.
Sweating.
Yes, I can see that. We do that.
Pressure.
We do that to all of our guests. So how have you done on the stylophone challenge? What music are you playing the listeners that you've put together over the last hour, 2 hours? This is,
2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm making it up as I go along.
Oh, he's gone for the making it up as it goes along. That's it.
Right,
Have you heard that before?
No, well, just. Okay, so off you go then. Up to the close to the microphone. Listeners need to be able to hear this because they're trying to record it. That was actually funny. That's copyright. Oh, that's not bad, is it?
Tears in my eyes.
Yeah. What? It's
Me
very,
too.
very, very good. What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Make it up as I go along.
Well, we do that with the whole show, so don't worry about it. Okay, this is the next competition then. You need to, you're going to hand one of these over at a time, and you're going to have to guess which car are they. The correct answer will get you a point, and incorrect answers will get you no points. So it's obviously, we've got to be hard-nosed. There's a window sticker at stake. So on you go then. What's the first one? And this is just a teaser.
That'll be a Mark III Cortina. Oh my God, that's a Maestro. That'll be a Mark I Capri. Very nice.
Very nice.
Here's a trick one.
Ooh.
This is where it gets harder.
Is that an FSO?
I don't believe it!
Come on.
Unbelievable.
That's a misspent youth.
He's
That's
right
right
on the
there.
front of the
Geek
paper.
Award. Geek Award.
I just pushed my glasses onto my face.
Next one.
He spends too much time in the open air, that's what it is.
That's a Granada Scorpio.
That'll do.
It's probably a GL, actually,
Oh,
but
okay.
we won't be splitting hairs.
All right, next one's also tricky.
Tricky one.
Ooh.
Come on, mate.
Is it a Datsun?
I'm afraid it isn't.
Is it not?
No. I mean, you're close, though. It's an Alfa Arna. They were a combined job between Datsun and Alfa Romeo. Yeah, but
You should kind of have the half point noise because he kind of got that, didn't he?
we don't.
Huh?
Well, I
Don't
don't
have
think
a
I've actually
half
got a
point.
jingle for it. I've got that one. That's a halfway, isn't it?
Yeah, that'll do.
That half point. We'll give him that half,
Half point then.
Right, moving on. Your next one.
That's a Ford Escort
Yes.
Mark III.
Another trick one.
Oh, that'll be
Need the correct answer to this exactly.
all right.
thanks.
Would it be Lord Neighbour Cossack?
Believe
Very
Come
good. Isn't
on.
it?
Good.
He's
so
very
much better than
good.
me.
Get in there.
Right, next one.
You struggle with that one.
Yeah, that's a Lancia. FEMA?
I don't believe it.
don't believe
I don't
that.
believe
Come
I am
on.
ashamed because I got that wrong last time as
Yeah,
well.
and that was the hard ones.
Yeah,
We had
and
to get
now-
some new material.
He'll probably struggle with the easy one at the end now.
That'll be the DeLorean.
Yeah. Was that was nearly... You've done very good
I
there.
didn't get the Datsun
You don't get
Alfa Romeo combo.
No, you got the Alfa Arna wrong, so that means, at the end of the day, unfortunately, we're with the rear window sticker. So it's bit of a no-go. Just before we play another tune then, we just wanted to have a quick chat with you about one more thing to do with kit cars, didn't we? What was he going to talk about, Peter? It was about
Yes. Well, I have a few more questions now because I'm getting all excited about kit cars. The question is, tell us a little bit about the current state of the industry of kit cars and tell us where it's heading and maybe perhaps some crucial advice that you have for future kit car owners and builders.
Okay, so where's the kit car industry going?
Yeah.
Well, there's an interesting swing the lamp and drink a beer talking about that one.
Where would you like to see it go?
Where would I like to see it go?
Yeah.
I think where it's going at the moment, just from an observational point of view, more and more body kits are being done to convert production cars into something else. So you'll hear people talk about Ferrari copies, and
I've seen a few in the past. I find them absolutely hideous. Sorry.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. Some of the kits are excellent. I mean,
Right.
technology, they look stunning. The bottom line for me is there's still an MR2 underneath or
Yeah.
something like that, and that doesn't do it for me.
No, it really doesn't do for me.
My Prada handbags are Prada handbag.
Oh, he's put that out there.
Yeah, put
That's
it out
another
there.
show there. We can talk about that at length next week.
Have you got any examples of people doing these things, building these cars too?
There's a couple of guys in our club have some replicas,
Right.
And I have to say, I'm not just saying this because I know the guys personally. They're excellent reproductions.
I mean, seeing that you knew the Lancia Thema, would you be able to tell these cars apart?
Probably, but not from a distance.
Okay, right.
You'd have to be up close.
Okay, so they are actually good.
They're very good.
Okay.
So that's somewhere the industry's going to a little bit in terms of a lot of reproductions. That also gives some opportunities for companies to produce non-replica but different shaped cars.
Right.
So there's some great companies out there at the moment producing cars which are of a theme. So they're a classic look. So they'll take a Z3 BMW and make it look like a convertible car, but not a Z3. But you get the benefits of having a Z3 underneath.
Okay, right. Yeah.
So that seems to be a lot where the industry's going. A lot of kit car companies as well are trying to become more mainstream. So they're trying to produce turnkey cars for people. They've always done that, but they're producing them to a much higher standard now.
Right.
And it's interesting that the things like Complete Kit Car magazine, for example, it's a real stalwart of the scene as a magazine. They attend a lot more non-kit car based events now. So they'll go to Goodwood or they'll go to the Autosport show.
You're right. I've actually seen them there. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And that's pushing us more towards the mainstream industry.
Okay.
And that can't be a bad thing, to be honest, because it gets away the stigma we talked about. Derek, it does get away from that stigma.
That's my personal character, Derek, who has a kit car and he rather likes to talk about it.
So where the industry's going, I guess, the advantage of a more mainstream is that one of the difficulties you always have is the component parts you buy, because they're mix and match, and it's very difficult to get good components. You've got to go and source them, and that puts people off.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of manufacturers now producing a lot of spare parts organisations within their company where it's a one-stop shop for people.
Right.
And that can only be good for the industry.
Neil, Peter, thanks for that. We're going to head down towards, it's 2:26 this afternoon here on Meridian Motoring. I've got Philip Nothard coming up soon. Last thing then, just tell us about these bits and pieces that you still want to finish off, Peter.
Yes, Neil, we've got a few more questions for you. We're running out of time, but quickly let us know about the event that you've got coming up and, of course, details about your club.
So Southern Kit Car Club. Web address is southernkitcars.com. So pop along and say hello, and we'll see how friendly we really are. And for all those people who don't, try and get to Stoneleigh Park on Sunday or Monday for the biggest kit car show in the world.
Amazing.
And thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you very much, man. It's been a pleasure to meet you.